What's up, YouTube? Okay, first video I've done in a long time. Working on my 2007 Suzuki Boulevard C90. Now I know why people always tell me that bikes are a pain in the ass, because I'm completely learning about how everything is completely intertied to one another. When you mess with one thing, you're messing with another. Currently, with my setup, this was all stock. With a lot of stuff, but I recently got rid of some things, took some things off. I had a studded seat right there that I took off, found another OEM part, which was actually this seat with the other seat that's right there. I also got rid of the stock grips and got the Curican. Super easy. Literally all you do is just pretty much take the little end screws off on the originals, pull this off, strip the glue off. If you don't have Goo Gone, you can use water or a metal scrubby like you have in your kitchen if you're trying to kind of like makeshift. I did that because I didn't have Goo Gone or any of that stuff, and it takes all the adhesive off. Then you just literally put glue on this bar, then slide this up, set it the angle you want, let it sit, boom, it's set. This, on the other hand, is a massive pain in the ass and requires some tweaking, and you need to make sure you have a lot of patience to do this. This was, I thought, going to be easy, but it wasn't as easy as I thought. But trial and error and working on it, I did get it on. So it is on. I still have to maybe tighten it some, but it's there regardless. The other thing is, so these are not as, I mean, they say, yeah, open it up, take it off, do all that stuff. This bike sat for 5 years before I bought it, so a lot of certain bolts and shit were rusted. So this bolt down here was stripped. On the throttle, there's 3 of them here. So I had to go to Home Depot and find it, but I did find the exact fit. So you can find some of this shit. I would not recommend going to the dealership. These bolts are like $5 a piece from the dealership just because the bike's so old. So you can definitely find what you need at Home Depot. So just be patient whenever you're doing and working on this stuff if you decide to do any of this on your own. Also, obviously, as you're pulling stuff apart and putting it back on, I've been WD-40ing everything to make sure that it's lubricated and, you know, able to be taken on and off if needed. Again, if you don't work on your bike, these are not things you need to worry about. So the other thing I bought is, here's my old saddlebags. They are decrepit and old and beat to shit. That's my old sissy bar, which was also rusted to hell. Probably gonna work on trying to remove the rust on that old one. But that's the old one. The new one are the Viking bags. These are the XLs. I think the biggest ones that were 2806 in cubic inch. They're big, significantly bigger. Mounting these is also not easy. It takes time and patience. You have to literally cut these exact in order to get them on. And as you're doing that, it will take also time for you to sit here. You have to take the time to drill these, make sure you have the right bits. So you're only drilling once, so you're not ruining your bags. Because obviously you only want to drill once, especially when mounting these. These bags are not cheap. They were $450 with a winter coupon that I also used. So I think the bags were like $700 originally. Then they had a discount. Then I used another discount, so they were like $450. Anyway, so it takes a lot of mounting and everything else. Every one of these screws was also stripped. So these are the new ones. But I had to basically drill into the bolt with a metal bitted end and then use, in case you guys get stuck, okay? I literally used a bit like this, drilled into the core of the bolt, and then bought a set like this from Home Depot. These strip screw tips, and basically you put that on. I put it on a torque drill, which you can see right here, because it was stripped so bad. So I had to use one to pull it out of here because this was so stuck. But then again, it definitely does work. So don't get discouraged as if you won't be able to get it out. You can. It just, you gotta move it around, and everything just takes time and patience. which I have absolutely no patience. The time part, I have kids, so you find your time where you can. Anyway, but as you do this stuff, for anybody who doesn't know, these are also holding your saddlebags, your sissy bar, and this fender up. So to hold this fender up is this entire bracket here. For anyone who's new and doesn't understand this shit, because I'm still learning myself, is these two screws and then this hold this fender. So once you pull this off and you start messing with it, it completely makes it so these are not aligned. So as you're putting the saddlebag on, you need to make sure you have everything correct and aligned before you do it. I highly recommend, as you're working on the fender, to keep bolts in here. It makes your life a lot easier. Obviously, I learned that the hard way by making it difficult on myself. So as you can see, I'm working on finishing getting my bags drilled, and I have these two on over here. These two are off. Make sure to do that. If you don't do that, if you have essentially what I had, as I had this one and this one and this one out, and the whole entire fender was dipping. So it put a lot of tension on this one, which made it even harder to get out. Again, learning, didn't have my brightest moment, but it's okay. You learn as you work on it. So just make sure you have screws in here to help you if you're trying to do anything on one side. Because again, it's an all together kind of situation. The other thing I purchased that I rode once with, but I highly recommend for being cost effective, is these grasshopper seats. These are American made. They are not expensive. They make them for a various amount of bikes, but they're $100. And as you can see, it just literally is just pretty much a piece of metal with some decent, nice leather. I got the one with the pocket on the back. You can get it with studs if you like the stud look. The customer service is nice, but essentially there's the bracket to let you guys, show you guys. So you do that. And then basically, as you can see, it just does that. And it sits up like that. So, looks like the guys are here dropping off some fence parts. Anyway, so then this mounts here like that. Anyway, I'll have another video.